One kanji, shiro. It means white. Nothing else. Now watch Japanese build its word for confession. Kakuhaku. The first character means to tell. The second one is white. To confess to a crime or to the person you love is, literally, to say white. King Gnu put that character at the top of Hakujitsu, the song they wrote as the theme for a TV drama about wrongful convictions, a lawyer fighting to clear the innocent. On this channel, we read J-pop lyrics as literature. And here is the paradox this song sits on. The same white that confesses your guilt also proves your innocence. Keppaku, unstained white, means you did nothing at all. One character, two opposite verdicts. The chorus turns that white into snow.
真っ白にすべてさようなら、降りしきる雪よ。
Goodbye to everything, in pure white, keep falling, snow. That is our interpretation, not a translation. And by the end of this video, you will hear a courtroom inside it. First, the title. Open a dictionary and Hakujitsu gives you three readings, the blazing sun, broad daylight, and a metaphor, the state of proven innocence, as in the old phrase Saiten Hakujitsu no Mi, a body under blue sky and white sun. Now the twist. The word Hakujitsu never appears in the song. Not in the chorus, not buried in a verse. The title stands outside the lyrics, like a verdict stamped on a case file. And in Japanese, that daylight shines in two opposite directions. Hakujitsu no moto ni saresu, to drag something out under the white sun, means a hidden wrongdoing gets exposed. Saiten Hakujitsu no Mi tonero means the opposite, suspicion clears, and you walk out free. Same daylight. One phrase burns you, the other saves you. A song named Hakujitsu, written for a drama about false accusations, carries both endings at once. Here's what's actually happening. According to Shirakawa Shizuka, the scholar whose kanji dictionaries reshaped how Japan reads its own script, shiro begins as purity, the unstained, the undyed. And from there, he argues, it grew a second life. To insist on your purity, to state, plainly, that you are clean, became the act of stating itself. Speaking white came to mean speaking openly. For the record, an older theory in the 2nd century Shuowen Jidzu reads shiro as a pictograph of a nose. Etymology has its own disputed testimony. Once white means to state, a whole family of words snaps into focus. Keppaku, clean white, innocence, the unstained state. Kakuhaku, told white, confession, the anime rooftop kind included. Jihaku, self-white, a legal confession, admitting your own crime. Hakujo, white statement, giving up the truth you were hiding, usually under pressure. Two of these words describe the state of having done nothing. The other two describe the act of admitting everything. All four stand on the same single character. Now listen to where the song places its own confession.
失ったりして初めて犯した罪を知る。
Only after losing something do you learn the crime you committed. The verse does not sing about being judged. It sings the moment before Hakujo, the instant you realize there is something to confess. And that is the exact axis the drama turns on. In Innocence, the lawyer's job is to make white mean keppaku, to prove his client's unstained. The interrogation room's job is to make white mean jihaku, to produce the confession. King Gnu has never explained the title, we are reading the kanji, not their minds. But Hakujitsu holds that entire courtroom inside one character, the innocence you declare, and the guilt you are made to declare. Here is the tool to take home. When you meet an unfamiliar compound with shiro in it, test two readings before you settle for white. Is this white the color, or white the verb, to state plainly? That one question unlocks a surprising amount of formal Japanese. 5 words, then, you're set for this episode.
告白。
Kakuhaku, literal, tell white. A confession of feelings, the word every anime confession scene runs on.
自白。
Jihaku, literal, self-white. A confession of guilt, in the legal sense. What interrogation rooms are built to produce.
白状。
Hakujo, literal, white statement. Admitting what you hid. The word your mother uses when she already knows.
潔白。
Keppaku, literal, clean white. Innocence. The state the drama's lawyer fights to prove.
冤罪。
Enzai, a false charge, a wrongful conviction. Not a white word at all, and in a moment you will see exactly what it draws instead. Notice the pattern. The color words tell you what you are. The verb words tell you what you say. Japanese keeps both inside one character, and trusts the context to sort the verdicts. This white as statement register is old, and it is formal. Letters in the classical style still close with keihaku, respectfully stated, the way English letters once closed with your obedient servant. And kenpaku is a formal petition to authority, raising your statement upward. For centuries, white has been the character Japanese reaches for when speech becomes official. It survives at street level, too. In Japanese police slang, a suspect who did not do it is shiro, white. The culprit is kuro, black. Detectives in every TV procedural say it flatly, he's white, he's black. Guilt and innocence, spoken as colors, the exact scale this song's title sits on. And then there is the character the drama's own title uses for a false charge, N. Look at it closely. The top part, wakanmuri, is a cover. Underneath it sits usagi, a rabbit. A rabbit pinned under a lid, unable to stretch, that is the ancient image behind a wrongful accusation. The character for injustice is a creature whose voice cannot get out. Put the two titles side by side, and the kanji finish each other's sentences. Enzai, the rabbit under the cover. Hakujitsu, the daylight that lets it stand up and speak. Your turn. This week, find one Japanese title, a song, a manga, a drama, with shiro in it, and ask the question, color, or statement. Purity, or confession. Put what you find in the comments. I read all of them. If this reading changed how the chorus lands, stream Hakujitsu on Spotify, the link is below, and listen for the snow doing the work of a verdict. The full written breakdown, with furigana and every source, is on our Substack, also below. On this channel we read J-pop lyrics as literature, one song at a time. If that is your kind of listening, subscribe. Next time, another word the subtitles gave up on.